dismissed every accomplishment I've made. You've talked about my father. Well, you call me an entitled millennial, I call you a carny succubus, because the dirty secret about you, the dirty secret is you need this generation more than it needs you.
All right. What up, y'all? It's KMB, the sexy ninja, in the place to be, in the CAR, on the ROAD, on the way to WORK. I sound like shit, because I feel like shit. I don't feel good at all. Woke up with a sore throat. I feel better than I did this morning. I took some Dayquil, got a cough drop in my mouth. I'm probably like, why are you going to work, big head boy? Because there's no one to cover. We'll see what happens, though. The bosses might take pity upon me, being like, hey, big head boy, get to work. I just got done laying there, dying, watching Blood and Guts. Oh, yeah, you're probably going to hear different background noises because I'm going to do these in a couple parts. Welcome to the New World Podcast, brother. Yeah, I just got done watching Blood and Guts. 3 matches on the card, 2.5 hours of just pure spectacular AEW action. I was looking forward to this all week. Greensboro, North Carolina, where legends were born, man. There was a badass sign during the show when Ricky the Dragon Steamboat came out. It says Greensboro's Mount Rushmore Pro Wrestling. It had Ricky, it had Flair, it had Dusty, it had Sting, and I was just like, hell yeah, brother, I want that as a shirt. Because those are some legendary names, especially in Greensboro, North Carolina. It's, you know, this is the home of professional wrestling at its finest. So, how do we do it? We do it with Blood and Guts. We started off with the women. Oh my goodness, dog. I mean, Willow and Sky Blue start the match. Sky Blue's got to be an MVP. She was bleeding like crazy. And the rules of the Blood and Guts match itself is the first 2 opponents start 5 minutes, and then after that, every other minute, another person enters the cage, and then when all opponents are in the cage, the match will start. Just similar to War Games, but this is Blood and Guts. This is where we get nasty here in AEW. And these women, like I said, these women brought it. Crazy spots. You either surrender or you tap, to a submission. So there's only 2 ways to win, and it's just like, who is going to surrender? Megan Bain is a beast. Oh my gosh. I gotta say, the other person that I really became a fan of in this match, like I become a fan more and more as I see her, especially how gritty and raw she can get. It's Marina Shafir. And I gotta tell you this, Marina, please get better merchandise. I was going to go buy a Marina Shafir shirt. There was a Fear Shafir or some shit like that. And there was another one that just says, you don't know me, the problem, Marina Shafir. I might get that one. But I was like, you need some merchandise. I know you're with the Death Riders, but Marina Shafir is a beast. When Tony came to the ring, she brought glass. A glass bottle. The glass bottle was brought by Mercedes Moné. But, yeah, these women just went all out, balls out. Chris Statlander was awesome. Triangle of Madness. Tekla coming out all crazy like Ozzy, oi, oi, oi. And you talk about a bloody mess, man. This was truly Blood and Guts. And not to take anything away from the men's Blood and Guts, but I feel like the women's was a little bit superior. And this is the first ever women's Blood and Guts. That's awesome. As I'm laying there, sniffles and all, I just have a smile ear to ear. And my favorite part, like the reason why Marina got on my list of just being just this badass, is she wrestles barefoot. And she put Chris Statlander in some bed of nails on the outside before she came in. She even took, she was wearing boots, and she took them off to show him, like, hey, I ain't scared to wrestle in this ring without shoes. And there's a moment where she, like, steps in the glass purposely to get glass in her feet and to kick Mina. I was like, holy shit. Oh my gosh. I was like, that is insane. That is a badass woman right there. After everything was said and done, they were beating the shit out of Mina, and they're holding down Tony, telling Tony, you have to watch this. And there was a moment where Mercedes Moné brought in all her championship belts as weapons, which I thought was fantastic, because there was moments where you were using those belts and you could just hear the slap and thuds. You got to talk about metal and leather just coming across your back. My God. But yeah, this was awesome, man. And then Queen chased out Penelope, and it was blood and guts. I gotta say, the first women's blood and guts match is A-OK. It is awesome. I have to watch this match again because it was that damn good. And after they beat down Mina, Tony Storm is the one that has to surrender. Great women's match, blood and guts down for the women. And we're gonna move on to Hangman Adam Page versus Hobbs. That was a good match too. I would say the only weak sauce of this show, the only weak sauce I will say is the whole FTR with Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. I thought that was just meh at best. Anytime FTR's talking, I'm like, oh, just get on with it. And Ricky the Dragon Steamboat ain't got a spring in his chicken, or is that what they say? I don't know. Like I said, I'm still loopy and delusional. But yeah, the Hangman and Hobbs match was awesome. It had a crazy finish. It was a falls count anywhere. It was a nice match to be like, whew, okay, now I can breathe after the women's blood and guts match. But yeah, Hangman gets the win. It wasn't for the championship, which I thought it was originally. I thought the championship was going to be on the line. I was like, oh, Hobbs gets a championship opportunity. Not the case here. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Crazy people driving everywhere. Next up was the men's blood and guts match. As much as I said I love the men's was just highly entertaining as well. I mean, the first match, second blood and guts match are my matches of the night. Oh my gosh. I mean, one of my favorite, this is going to the moment of the night here. This is going to the moment of the night. Freaking Mox has Kyle O'Reilly in a chokehold, and he's trying to make Kyle O'Reilly tap. He's got chains around his face and this and that, and then Kyle O'Reilly is the one that just flips him off, and I'm like, holy shit, dude, that's a picture I want right there. That's the thing that should be on Pro Wrestling Illustrated, is the picture of Kyle O'Reilly telling Jon Moxley, fuck you, buddy. You ain't tapping me out. And then there was a crazy spot where Gabe Kidd, the assassin Gabe Kidd, comes out, and he just helps take out Darby with Pac. And during this, what was crazy too is they teased it like Mark Briscoe wasn't going to be in the match. Is he going to be? Is the Death Riders going to have this advantage? That was crazy. Then when Mark comes out, huge pop. I get up jumping, and Yuta and Mark Briscoe are fighting on the roof of the cage itself. Jay Driller to Yuta, busting out. He's still bleeding like a stuffed pig. Moxley, you sick fuck, bringing in a fork and just stabbing people. But back to Darby. Gabe Kidd, they set they set a table on fire, throw Darby's ass through it. Oh my gosh, he got a little caught in the pants and whatnot. He's like, ah, and I'm like, oh my God, what is going on? There's glass everywhere, and this is my favorite ending to a blood and guts match because of the fact that The first Blood and Guts with the women was they made Tony surrender. This one was like, is Moxley going to tap? Moxley doesn't tap. He's afraid. He can't quit again. No, but Kyle O'Reilly got that ass, and a moment right where Mox went into the glass, and he's holding on for dear life, and he's like, oh, my God. And Kyle O'Reilly makes Jon Moxley tap out. I'm like, holy shit. Oh, man. And those tables in the corners, they were not breaking. There was one where Roderick picks up Daniel Garcia and throw him like face first and just boop. But, man, after everything's said and done, Orange Cassidy, he got his hand stapled in his pocket. Yeah. Moxley stapled his hands in his pockets. That was crazy. So Mark, Orange Cassidy, Roderick Strong, Kyle O'Reilly, and Darby Allin win Blood and Guts. The Death Riders have to walk away in shame, especially Jon Moxley for tapping to Kyle O'Reilly. So that was it. That was all. Don Callis family did attack Jurassic Express for the Young Bucks. I think next week, we're going to get our answer. Will the Young Bucks join the Don Callis family? Don Callis family did attack Mark Briscoe, so he wouldn't be a part of the Blood and Guts match itself. So a lot going down there. The Don Callis family want the Bucks to join. Even Okada says, hey, man, time is up. Time to make a choice. Are you going to join us or will you not? Awesome stuff, man. 5 out of bazillion. A bazillion out of 5 for Blood and Guts. It made me happy. So much so, I'm going to watch it again when I get home. Take some NyQuil and just lay there like, Blood and Guts, AE-dub. All right, well, I made it to work, y'all. Tell me what you thought of the show. Drop those comments below. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Share it with your grandma, share it with your grandpa, share it with the bum down at Walmart. I am KMB the Sick Ninja, and remember that the New World Podcast is for life, brother.
It's gone worse from neutralized. They are now at a disadvantage. Daniel Garcia and Jon Moxley on the Broken Glass.